Sabina.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
So I'm looking at your list now. Do you want to tell me anything first before we go through, or we just start with your first one, meaningful career and job?
Yes, we can start. I have questions, but I
Go
think
ahead.
they will come
Go
up. I think they will come up while discussing my points. Yeah.
Okay. Now, what you said was, I'm in an office now. I don't feel inspired. I want more free time to be more independent and have more money. So I would do the similar thing to what we were talking about with the other two ladies, is what is it that you've got right now that you don't like, which you've already mentioned a couple here. And then what you do is then you turn that into a more of a living in the end what I want. So if you don't like working in an office, what does that don't want inspire in you that you would prefer?
Yes. So I feel like sometimes I actually get confused about what I really want, whether it's something that's coming from the outside. So, for example, I did my yoga teacher training a few years ago, and I can't seem to have a start there, or like, you know, there is some kind of hesitation probably inside of me that are blocking something so that this yoga job will come up for me. So here and there, it happened for me that I had to teach some lessons, or now that I'm back in Germany, I'm now not in Germany right now, but when I'm when I returned to Germany, so some yoga like studio that told me that, oh, you could actually give some lessons here, because this style of yoga we don't have. So, and it was so natural, so I wasn't really like pushing too much, or, you know, ringing like all the yoga studios what I did once, and there were no results. So I've got a little bit discouraged maybe in this area, but also I think there is so many yoga teachers, there is so much about yoga everywhere in social media, and it's such a big trend that I'm not actually sure, is it something really that I want to do? Like, I really enjoy it, but yeah, I'm sometimes just not very sure about it. And I did your visioning meditations, and I was, so I tried that, and I thought maybe this gonna help me, or just putting like a general question there. I read the story in your Boomerang book, where it's the first story actually, and where there was a question, just like something like how can I be best of service, or similar to this. So but I don't really know how to go about it, because I think like maybe this is a question for you, because I know that you say there is nothing that's like outside, you know, like yes, we are guided, or an outside power that's going to give us a sign, you know, you have to go here or there. But this seems like really relying on something like faith, as you mentioned. So yes, just a question, what is it? Is it the higher self that we are going to encounter through visioning, or what is happening in this process?
Well, visioning it's like you're plugging into the infinite intelligence that exists, and it's getting quiet and listening, rather than telling the universe, I want this, I want that, I want that, which is what visualizing is. So you're sitting and listening, and the way you tell the difference, whether it's just an idea of yours or whether it is an actual download, is it comes usually lightning fast, where you go, oh, You know, it kind of takes your breath away and you go, wow, I wouldn't have thought of that. So that's what I think it is. And that's where I think the most incredible and amazing answers can come from. Because when you're saying to the universe or God or source, here's my little visualization, you've only got this much of your ideas. You've got this little thing that you can only see this much, but there might be this huge, amazing thing that you've never even thought of.
Exactly,
So,
that's what I think. There is maybe so much more potential, and I'm just limiting myself into just this yoga lessons. Maybe there is so much more for me, and I'm so open for that, because what I know is I don't want the office job, but I'm not excluding anything else. Like, I want to work with people or have this financial freedom as well.
Yeah. Well, you know, sometimes you can, I mean, I guess as an example, YouTube is such a great umbrella that you could do, like, because I know I follow people that do yoga online, you know, so they've got yoga classes, and then they've got, you know, healthy recipes, and then they've got how to do vegan this, you know, and they've got lots of then they've got how to do strengthening back exercises. So they've got a big umbrella, and then they've got, it's like a tree, and there's different branches on the tree. So YouTube is just one example of where you can create multiple things, but that it kind of goes together. So, you know, I mean, I think some people are really, I just want to do that one thing. And then there's a whole bunch of us that go, you know what? I need a bit of variety. I can't do the same thing all the time. It'll drive me crazy. Or I don't, you know, I might want to teach yoga in person, but then I might actually want to stay home and do things online, so I've got some space and time to myself. So it takes sometimes a little bit of time to work out, okay, yes, yoga is one thing, but, you know, like talking to Kathleen, she likes to play music, she likes to paint, she's got more than one thing she likes to do. So maybe sit down and go, okay, what do I really enjoy? And is that something that can be transformed into bringing in an income? And maybe the visioning can help you with that. Also, an idea is go back to childhood and look at what you enjoyed there, because that will often give you some clues.
I actually enjoy painting as well, which goes to a very different direction. So yeah, that's sometimes what I started to reflect on. Most, like, more now, because I'm kind of trying to find what I really want to do, like, for the next few years, because I haven't been enjoying what I was doing in the last few years, which was just being in front of laptop, or just being overwhelmed by so many people. Like, I used to work for bigger companies, and I had like people everywhere surrounding me and wanting something from me, and it was just very overwhelming until I really got sick. I just couldn't handle it anymore. I was just, I don't want to work. And sometimes I was just calling myself sick, because I was just mentally exhausted, and my body reacted to it as well. So there were so many issues going on that I really had to stop myself. And now I'm at this point where I actually, like, my part-time office job now. I will work till the end of September, and I'm in such a denial to go through interviews where I will have similar jobs. So I'm really, like, in a dilemma almost, because I want, like, I of course everyone wants money. Everyone needs money. So, and I want to have a good salary, and because it gives me financial freedom, it makes me happy just going out there and not thinking about, can I purchase this or can I purchase that, which already happened to me with my part-time job, because I had to a little bit, like, reduce my hours so that I can make sure that I feel better.
Yes.
first before I
Yeah.
can work full time. But I already encountered so many limitations, like financial limitations also. It just in
Yeah.
my head, I can't seem to combine it. How can I make something that I love and
Yeah.
enjoy
Yes.
and feel free, and also have this enough money, like amount of money that gives me this freedom? Yeah, just some kind of hesitation within myself,
Mhm.
or some blocks that I don't really know what they are, because I already manifested few things in the past, and also like the salary that I wanted, the company that I wanted to work for. I already did everything, but I wasn't satisfied. I
Yeah.
wasn't fulfilled. So the next
Yeah.
step is for me just to understand what to do next.
You know
Yeah.
what? There's an interview I did that I think might be interesting for you to listen to. It's called From Aerospace Engineer to Artist. Now, this woman had a degree in like space stuff, and she hated it. She hated it. Have a look at her interview. It put the word Melissa and put the word interview, and if you can't find it, let me know and I'll send it to you. But she actually became a full-time painter and set up a shop on Etsy.
Wow.
Her
Yeah.
story is amazing, and she talks about what she did every day. She used to read affirmations off these cards. She used to meditate, do certain meditations. Anyway,
Yes.
everything that she did to jump, because that was extremely well paid and gave her a lot of prestige, because there's not very many women that are aerospace engineers. But she made a decision, this is not for me. She did all the training, got the job, and then she said, I hate this job. I hate it.
Yes.
So she turned into, a very technical job to a very artistic job, creative job.
Yes.
So
I think it's also the idea of success. It's like I had a few years this idea of success is in this kind of area, but now I'm like, it doesn't really matter. It has to be successful. Like, it has to feel successful for you, and
it
not
does.
so much for someone else, or for how it looks on your cover letter, right? Like, this kind of things is such a big change when you used to see, like, when you used to think in one particular way over the last few years, and just accepting that this is not for me. And
yes, and it's like you have to admit it to yourself, and then you go, oh my God, now I know that. What the hell am I going to do? And you have a bit of panic.
Yes, I'm like, oh my God, I cannot go back to this, but what am I going to do then? And and I sometimes just feel like this is ridiculous, like what you like, and to make living out of it is just doesn't seem to match in my mind. And
what's a good affirmation too, Sabina? This one this one affirmation has created probably more amazing things for me than any affirmation I've ever done. And it's the one from Florence Scovel Shinn, where she says, the unexpected happens, my seemingly impossible good now comes to pass.
That's so funny, because I did that.
Yeah,
I did that, but I wasn't very consistent with this. This is my other issue with manifestation. I seem to manifest fast, and I really enjoy when I'm manifesting something, but then I'm a little bit, I also don't know what it is. I'm maybe scared, or like, oh, this is too big for me, and then I tend to self-sabotage a little bit, or I just tend also, when something is coming up, for example, I had a few times when I was just relaxed and something like popped up, is it the word?
yes.
Like something came into my mind, something like a product that you could actually offer. This doesn't exist in the market, something like that. So where I got these ideas from nowhere. I wasn't like really sitting there and thinking about it. But then in the next moment, I started questioning it. I'm so much in my mind. I think like I have this overthinking mind and to analyzing everything. So yeah, like, oh no, what do you think? Like, how are you going to do that? You don't have the money for that. How are you going to build this product? You need so many people for this. And yes, this is another thing. But yeah.
Maybe keep a little notebook and go back and see if you can remember those ideas, and then do a visioning and say, okay, I got a message about this product. I have no money. I don't know where to go. I don't know where to start. What can you tell me? And do a visioning on that idea.
Okay. Yes.
Because, I mean, when I was in my last position, I injured my back and then I had a year off. And in that year, I was repairing my back, but I remember thinking, what am I going to do? And I did a lot of meditation. I did a lot of visioning, and I just kept saying, where do you want me to be of service? I don't know what to do. Because I was in my 40s then, late 40s. And I was like, I don't know where my skills are going to be good, but I know I do not want to work for anybody. I don't want to hear an alarm clock. I want to wake up naturally, and I want to work from home. That was the only thing I was clear about. Yes. But I just kept asking, where do you want me to go? What do you want me to do? Where can I be of service? Where can I give relief? What is it that I'm good at that could be useful? And I just kept asking. And then all of a sudden, this is the result, you see. So I never would have thought I'm going to have a YouTube channel and I'm going to do coaching. I wasn't thinking about that at all. But the path, as you keep asking, it's like the next person comes, and then the next bit of information comes, and then, you know, it just kind of unfolded. And if you can be general about what you already know, which is, I don't want to work in an office, and I want to work somewhere where I feel inspired doing something that I'm inspired doing, and I want to be more free and I want to make more money. You're very clear about that. So that's good. So you sit and you say, what industries or what positions or what businesses or what ideas can I have to take me to the next step? And then you sit and you ask, and then you just jot stuff down. And then you might get something to research, or you might say, oh, hang on. You'll see someone's face, or you'll see a name. Oh, I'll go and talk to that person. They're going to give me the next piece of the puzzle. And you just keep moving an inch at a time, you see.
Yes.
So it's don't shut down the ideas, because the ideas sometimes are trying to grab our attention, and just follow it and see where it goes. At least do a couple of meditations and ask Source, what do you want me to do with this? Because I don't know what to do with it.
I will. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is a big question, but I will get there at some point.
Yeah, it is a big question. And I think, you know, I think work and money is huge. It's as big as relationships, you know. It's just huge. And it's such a big part of our day, of our week, of our life. So, you know, if you can do something that makes you happy, you know, and at least move yourself in that direction. I would also, Sabina, do a script, write a paragraph for each thing, for your career and work, for your home. Write down whether you want to live alone, if you've got ideas of what area, what would make you happy. Like my list with, I had to have an outdoor space. I'm in London, we're locked up. And I thought, I can't be in this. I have to have an outdoor space. So whatever you don't like about where you're at, with your job, with your home, you know, write down, I want to live with people, or I want to live in a quiet street, or I want to live where it's hustle and bustle and there's lots of great little shops, whatever. Write it all down, and you do one paragraph for each thing. And if you want to, do a vision board either on an app, because they have vision board apps, or do it on a piece of paper and look at it regularly, because that's going to, when you look at it, you'll go, oh, that feels so good to look at that. I want that. And it will start to make you get into the feeling place.
Okay.
Okay.
I will. Thank you. Yeah, this is also, I think that as long as I am not fulfilled in my career, I don't feel happy in any relationships.
That's right. Yeah, because it's
yeah.
The mood goes on to all other parts of your life.
Yes.
Like with Patricia,
Exactly.
it's the same, you know. So
Yeah.
and with Kathleen, you know, like all three of you, it's been around meaningful work and money, which is really interesting, and freedom, being more free to do what you want when you want. So, you know, I mean, I remember saying an affirmation, I do what I want when I want for as long as I want.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is how my life is, not all day every day, but I choose what I put in, and I choose for how long I do it, and I've got lots of time, I've got lots of love, and I've got money. So that was another affirmation. I have enough time, I have enough love, I have enough money. So it's just doing those little things you can do that moves you 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, and eventually you set yourself free. You do.
I see that people also, they radiate another, like they come with another energy when they have something that they love, like when they do something that they love doing.
Yeah.
About this energy as well, and I notice it about myself as well. So whenever, for example, just the little things, whenever I am on vacation or I had a great day, you know, with yoga and something that I love doing, I feel like people coming towards me in a different way. I seem to attract different people as well. So I'm so sure about that I really yeah, I'm convinced that once I get the career or something that inspires me, that my relationships will become better as well. And I also mentioned my specific person. I'm not even sure about that anymore, because it's been such a long time that I feel like I maybe just want to have a good relationship, like maybe someone who is similar to him, because he gave me something that maybe I am lacking within me. So he was such an active person and he loved his job. So it's all about something that the other person has that we would like to experience. So maybe it was that. So I'm questioning this as well, if it's actually because I manifested him back, but it's been maybe more than 2 years now. I used to live in Ireland before, so there wasn't a distance because we were colleagues as well. Now there is there is a distance, and it seems even it seems even more difficult to attract him back. And this is something that's it just feels like so much work for me that I think maybe I should just let it go or just give up. But on the other hand, I'm still thinking about him, so I'm kind of here as well, very confused, as you can see.
Well, I think, you know, if you do a self-love meditation or a radiating love out meditation, I think that's enough. The more you work on feeling satisfied, happy, and then sending that out to the other person. I mean, I was living in Australia and my guy was living in London, and that was 25 hours on a plane away. It's a long way. So, you know, I know distance doesn't matter. It feels like it matters because you're not in the same town, you're not in the same area, you're not in the same country. But it's like, I just imagined that I had a really beautiful relationship. And I remember saying to Source, you know what, I'm exhausted with trying to work out, is it him, is it not him? I just want to have a really loving, meaningful relationship, and I will radiate love to him. But you get to a point where you just allow and let go. And he became the relationship. So I think if you can't decide, it doesn't matter. Just do the self-love work, radiate love out. You do the self-love work, you radiate it out. and you'd radiate it out and you say to, infinite intelligence, the most amazing work for me and the most fantastic relationship I've ever had. You are in charge of packaging and timing. I am handing it all over to you. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do my yoga. I'm going to drink my water. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to have a shower. I'm going to get enough sleep, and I'm going to really look after myself.
Yeah,
That's what I can do. And I'm going to say to you, God, Source, you take care of the rest.
yes.
And I know that as I do this and my energy improves, what I bring in towards me will be a reflection of that.
With him, for example, when I tried to manifest him back, I actually I manifested him back by doing some techniques and meditations where I was imagining him texting me, or you will meet up, and all this happened. So now I'm just thinking, okay, I'm just going, as you say, okay, whatever happens, I will just take care of myself and radiate love. So on the other hand, I'm just curious if I will still manifest him back, or if I will still meet him at some point, because there is some kind of curiosity there, because I know that I projected so much when we were, for example, colleagues. I wasn't feeling good about the job, and many things were going on there, where I think now with what I know, and I will maybe create a better relationship even with him. So without doing the manifestation techniques, I can't really imagine it happening though. So
but you know what, if you do as well, like we mentioned before about the unexpected happens, that covers the job, it covers the money, it covers the SP or someone new. That affirmation covers everything, and it brings up the unknown channels. It opens up the unknown channels. So that way you say to yourself, I don't have to work out if it's him or not. I don't have to work out what I'm going to do. All I need to do is be clear about what I do know, which is I want to have a wonderful relationship, the best I've ever had. And I want to have work where I'm really satisfied and happy to go to work, whether it's for myself, from home, with other people. I just want to be inspired and happy at work. And I want to be rewarded financially. So that's what's so great about that affirmation. The unexpected happens. It covers everything. It's like this big open funnel that you put up your antenna, and it brings all those different topics to you because it's a general affirmation.
Yes, I see that it covers so many different aspects.
Yeah.
Because
so,
I have
when I did that affirmation, I used to walk to work for half an hour and I'd walk home half an hour. So I did that affirmation 1 hour a day. And the most unbelievable opportunities came to me with a new car, with a guy paying me to go to another part of the country to do all this really interesting creative work. And then this other woman that I didn't even know contacted me and flew me to some big trade fair, paid me to buy all this stuff for her shops. I didn't know her. I didn't know him. I didn't know any of these opportunities. That affirmation was so incredible for totally unexpected things. And I did it an hour a day for about 2 months. Just because I was walking to work and back. But I was from a heartbreak, you see, and I was really in quite a bit of pain. So it was a great way to take the focus off the heartbreak.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you can do a little script, because you've got 5 definite areas, write as best you can your exact living in the end for each section, and then read that a couple of times before you go to bed. If you're a night person, if you're a morning person, read it in the morning. And just write it as if I'm happy and grateful now that I now, and you write about your health. You write about the relationship. You can put the SP in there or not. It's up to you. And then you basically hop out of what happened with your SP, what you said to him, what, you know, all that stuff. Just step out of there. Just step into this. You don't have to try and fix that. Step into it and go, this is how I'd like it to be. If the SP stuff is still bothering you, though, like with Kathleen, go back and revise the last contact with what you said to him. So if it's not bothering you, just go, okay, I'll hop straight in and do a living in the end script. But if it is bothering you and it's pulling you back in terms of negative emotion, go back and revise it differently.
Just think there is just so much, I feel sometimes regretful.
Yeah.
Because I manifested him back, then he said something that I didn't like, and I was like, okay, why is this manifestation not working? He came back, but then it's like only this partial manifestation, and yeah, it just got me a little bit. I was just trying so hard at some point to manifest him back, and then he came back with half the same version that I experienced him before, and I feel like, okay, why didn't you let more time pass and relax more into it and see what's gonna happen next? So I was just impulsive reactive to this. Yeah. So there's some kind of regret, because I think I could have done better, and I wouldn't be here maybe trying still, you know, manifesting back or thinking about it. Yeah.
Well, now you know that. Go back to what you said and then what his reply was, and then when you said to him, because you said, don't contact me again, you go, okay, let me go back and revise that last 10 minutes and that we say it differently. And because your revision is for you to unhook yourself from the regret. You've still got regret now, but that happened 2 years ago. So you go, okay, I'm still carrying the regret from that time, and that is still alive in me. So I'm going to go back and do a bit of work on revision. And I'm going to go over it once, twice, 3, maybe 6 times over maybe a week. And then when I go back and think of it, I'm going to see if the regret's still there. And if the regret's gone, then I know I'm done. Because the idea is to shift through the negative emotion, that it no longer, when you think of it, it doesn't activate regret anymore.
Okay.
Okay.
I struggle a little bit with revision. I tried it a few times, but yeah, maybe I have to do it, because it feels even less realistic than manifesting like some kind of future things.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. If it's hard to do revision as an imaginal scene, try doing it as writing, or where you hear your voice as an audio, because some people don't like revision as imaginal scenes, but they're happy to do a writing thing that they read once or twice a day. So it might not be that the revision's the problem. It might be the revision as a imaginal scene is the issue. So just try and say, okay, I'd like to let go of this, but maybe that's not the way. Maybe writing it and then reading it as an audio where I listen to it through my headphones. Try a few different ways and see, because sometimes it's getting the right shoe for the right foot.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I ask another question? Just quickly.
Yes, go.
I don't know if this is just my perception, or if this is really something that I have manifested. For example, I know that he's in a relationship right now, and I went to his social media. I looked for the pictures and everything. I know we shouldn't do that, but there were some pictures where when I was manifesting him, trying to manifest him, that I imagined myself, for example, with him at the beach or somewhere on vacation, and there was not me, but like pictures that were similar to what I was imagining. And sometimes I feel like things also happen to other people. I mean, some other situations where I feel happy for them, but it's just like I kind of observe and ask myself, okay, this is something that I was thinking for myself, and now I see it in the outside, but not with me. So what is it that maybe I am doing wrong? Or
it's not you doing wrong. It's that if you can have a look at a video called Birds Before Land, because you are seeing the evidence of movement, but what you've done is you've interpreted what you see as, hang on a minute, I'm happy for them, but what about me? I was trying to imagine that for myself. So you've gone into glass half full thinking, half empty thinking instead of glass half full. Now, when you see those things, say to yourself, if I'm seeing that there, that means it's coming for me. I'm excited. This is a good sign. I'm moving in the right direction. That's movement. So it's how you interpret it, Sabina. Not that what you're seeing, but it's what you do after that is switching it into a glass half empty experience.
Okay.
So just whenever you see it, get excited and go, yay, I'm seeing it more and more. My turn.
Coming for me. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. Yes.
Oh, very good. What a great discussion, ladies. Very good discussion. I'm thrilled to well, it's just really interesting, you know, because it's like what you're all going through is all the things that I've had to correct and go through myself. And it just feels like it's a big thing when you're, you know, you've got more than one thing, 4 or 5 things that you're trying to manifest. So, you know, just remember, turtle wins the race. I'm going to get good at feeling good, feeling free, because a lot of this stuff about a house, a car, job, more money, it's about feeling trapped. So you've got to practice I am free, and breathe in, breathe out, and say that as much as you can, especially when you do feel free, when you have a day off, when you're doing something you love. Milk, it's like throw and plant the seeds. Say to yourself while you're on a walk, or say to yourself while you're riding your bike, or say to yourself, right now, I am free, and really be conscious and mindful of that moment, and allow yourself to be grateful for it, because the more you put the focus on that, the more the experience starts to flourish to show you these other areas, and they come to life, you know, because I was pretty much trapped in every area that you have all mentioned. I was trapped in every single one of those areas, and I worked on them, you know, different ones and also different ones at different times. And sometimes when I wanted to work on all of them, I'd say, isn't it wonderful what's happening to me now? And I'd go to sleep saying that over and over and over, rather than trying to imagine a house, a car, a relationship, more money, a different job, because that just gets too hard to visualize all that. So saying one affirmation, isn't it wonderful what's happening to me now? I am free, I am free, I am free, over and over and over again. And the unexpected happens. My seemingly impossible good now comes to pass was a huge, huge turning point for me. Doing that one affirmation an hour a day really ignited the most incredible things. So I hope having this discussion has helped you. And yeah, that's it. That's it.
Can we all come back when we've manifested all of our stuff and have a big celebration fest?
Yes, and you can come back and manifest one thing at a time too. That's no problem. Just say, hey, I got a success story. We did that thing X amount of weeks, months ago. I've manifested the first thing on my list, or the second thing. So yeah, by all means, send me whatever, and that way the viewers can actually follow your progress, because it's like we're watching your timeline by doing this. You know, your have you say video was your pre-bit. This is your present bit, where you're learning to do X, Y, Z, and now you're going into the incubation stage, and then we'll see what little babies hatch.
And it's so encouraging in a group, because I
Yeah.
feel a little bit discouraged, to be honest, with all the
Yeah.
manifestation work, because
Yeah.
you feel a little bit lonely there, or alone,
Yeah.
and you feel sometimes like you're growing crazy, maybe.
Oh,
And-
you do. You
yeah, it's now I got some more motivation, and yeah,
Good.
thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Good, good, good. And if you ladies want to create a little group with the three of you, just send me an email and say, hey, can we share the emails? And if you all agree, I'll give you the emails, and you can keep a little group going, whether you start a WhatsApp group or you meet on video, it's up to you, but that might be something to do.
Nice.
Yes.
Your
A
own
good
little,
idea.
yeah. Yeah. Well, I need to go and eat. I need my little stew I made today. So I'm gonna go and eat. Thank you for joining, ladies. I will put down below in the description. I'm actually going to split this recording into 3 parts so that they can watch one part at a time, because otherwise this is going to be 2 hours long. It's going to be too long. And then I'll put the links down below for each thing that we talked about. And to be continued, we look forward to watching your progress and hearing your wonderful success stories and what you hatch. So I will, if you want to just say goodbye, just call out and say bye, everybody, or anything you want to say.
Agnes, thank you so much for this opportunity, and I hope Sabina, Kathleen, and me, and you, of course, manifest all the desires that we want. And that's it. Ciao.
Lovely. Thank you. Do the other 2 ladies want to say a couple of words before we go?
I'll say thank you very much. And yes, I've enjoyed it immensely. I feel much more motivated and inspired. And I'm looking forward to all 4 of us having our financial freedom and all of our desires. Then we'll be looking for something else.
Thank you, Kathleen. Lovely last words. Sabina, you want to add anything?
I want to say thank you as well. That was just, I don't know, it was just like a dream come true, because I've been watching you for some time, and now it feels even unreal, to be honest. So thank you for that. And yeah, I wish you all good luck, of course, with all your desires. May they come into reality, and yeah, let's work on it.
That's it. The power of a group. It is a great way to get inspired, is to do these, with a few people, and because it's so interesting, because I didn't realize a lot of you had similar things on your list, and I didn't even put 2 and 2 together until one of you mentioned it. So
yeah, when I watched all 3 videos, that was one of the first things I noticed.
Yeah.
All 3 of us wanted financial freedom, or the job, or whatever that we wanted first.
Yeah.
First thing I noticed.
Synchronized.
Yeah. We're all on the same vibration here.
Yeah. The collective consciousness. Excellent.
And then Yes's consciousness of having it and having
Yes.
it is going to bring us to that level.
Yeah.
They say one person can elevate thousands. So there's 3 of us. So Yes can elevate us.
Oh, lovely. Thank you, ladies. And I will let you know before this gets uploaded, so you're ready. And then off we go. Who knows? You might even manifest something before that gets uploaded.
I've had things happen super fast. So
That's it. All right, ladies. Good night to you from London, and I will see you as we do. Lots of love.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.